Hello everyone, I am Saksham Sharma, founder of Career Coach and former HR and recruiter of TCS. Friends, in this video, I will be sharing with you that what question you should ask to an interviewer. So usually what happens at the end of the interview, interviewer gives you a chance to ask a question from them. Like they say, do you have any questions for us? Like once the interview is done, it is like, okay, we are done. Do you have any questions for us? And this is one good opportunity for the students to ask something that they can check with the interviewer. So what can be a good question? See, it is very important that you ask a wise question because it shows that what are you thinking, and don't ask some foolish questions, which I will also share that what are not so good questions to ask, or what are some questions that can land you into a trouble. All right, so listen to this video till end and we'll discuss in detail. All right, so why an interviewer asks this? Because see, an interview is a discussion. Okay, it is not like they are taking your viva. It's a proper discussion. So they have interviewed a candidate. They have interviewed you for 15-20 minutes, and I'm very sure you might have answered some questions, might not have answered some questions, and definitely it's a courtesy, to check with the other person as well that do you have anything to ask with us also, because they have been asking you, for the last 20-30 minutes. So what is that we should ask? Now this is a really tricky one, because you have to ask some professional questions, that because whatever you do in an interview, right from what you dress, how do you answer, and what kind of questions you ask gives an impression about you. So because if you ask some wrong questions, it can lead to a wrong impression, isn't it? So we have to ask some wise questions, and which are actually the professional questions. So what can be the good professional questions? One thing can be, you can ask, sir, do you have any feedback for me? You interviewed me, so you might have come across some of my weak areas. So would you like to suggest me anything? So this is a very good question because you are asking for a feedback to improve yourself. So this can be asked, and he might tell you, he might not tell you, but it's a good question at least to ask. Okay, and whatever he say, you accept it. Thank you so much, sir, and I will work on it. Should be your response. It is very important that what you respond as well. Don't stretch it just because many interviewers don't even give feedback. Even I also don't used to give the feedback because we are actually interviewing the candidate, and ideally, a good interviewer should not give the impression to the candidate whether he or she is selected or rejected, and that is why they limit the response. So whatever they say, accept it. Okay, sir, thank you so much, and I will work upon that. So that is one question that can be asked. What else can be asked? So another question can be about the career growth or the roles that you are going to get. For example, from MBA hiring, there are different roles which are available. So what role you can get? So you can ask, sir, if I get selected, what is the role which I can get? So they, from their experience, can share something. Okay, there are possibilities that you can get this role. And why are you asking that? And so you can say, sir, I wanted to work on my skills so that before joining, I learn some skills which will help me to deliver better in this role. What a good answer, right? So gives a good impression. Okay, you are interested about learning and skilling yourself even before joining. So I told you, every question you ask gives an impression, and this gives a good impression about you that you wanted to upscale yourself for the job which is you are going to get into. All right, so you can ask, sir, what is the role which is which I can get, or what are the skills needed for me to improve so that I can deliver in the role which I am going to get after joining. So that could be the another phrasing of the same question, that what skill set I should work upon to deliver better in the role which I will be getting. So again, a very good question. And so this was the second question. What else can be asked? You can ask about their own experience, sir. Okay, sir, thank you so much. This was a beautiful discussion. I really enjoyed. Just wanted to know your experience of working in TCS, right? So I'm very sure that this will bring a smile on the panel face, and look, depending upon the time available, he will answer that accordingly. But again, a good question to close a discussion. See, it's a closure of a discussion. You have to understand this. Your interview is done. Now you cannot again start the interview. Just have a closure, and then a sweet closure, leaves a good impression again. So you can ask even that as well. What else can be asked? You can ask, uh, what are the career growth opportunities from this role, but be little mindful when you ask this, because it should not show that you are asking about the salary, right? Because there are few things which are not considered professional, and one of them is asking about salary. Especially in the freshers interview, campus hiring, the salary is fixed, everybody gets hired in the same package, so there is no scope of negotiation. But yeah, career growth is in long term, like what would be your next role, after joining as a fresher, so that shows about your career growth. So again, if you ask it humbly and politely, this can be a good question. But yeah, don't give them indication while asking for the career growth that if you don't get this, you will not do this, because some people think that they will have a certain type of career growth, and if it doesn't happen, they will not join. So please don't give this impression, this kind of impression. Your tone should be like that you are actually genuinely wanted to know what is the career growth opportunities that will be available after joining. So I think all these questions are good questions, so you can ask any of them. And if you think of, if you have a certain question in your mind, then you can comment in the comment box. I will respond whether it is right or wrong. Some wrong questions which are there, which should not be asked, is of course the salary. So you have to do that basic homework, that what is the salary, and so that is not something we should ask the panel. Secondly, if you ask about the location, don't be stubborn about one particular location, because if you ask that location, then they will check whether you are open to move to other locations or not. So if you are asking, then be open that, if you don't get that, you are ready to move to other locations. Some people ask, "Sir, what is the location I am going to get?" And then say, you will get, "Do you have anything in your mind?" And you say, "I need, sir, Indore." And they will say, "No, we don't have that now." Now what you will do? Say, "Oh, that's okay, sir. Had it been there, I would have chosen that. Otherwise, I'm okay to for other location as well." Because this can again create a red flag. So be mindful if you ask about the location. What else should not be asked? You should not be asking anything that hurts the interviewer ego, or for example, sometimes it could be a possibility that you were right during an interview, and the panel might be wrong, because you might have read something very recently, and it happens that everybody do mistake in facts and figure. So don't sound like, "So sir, you asked me one question, I think you were wrong there." No, not at all. Please remember, if you hurt somebody's ego, you are not getting selected. Okay, so be humble. See, you are going to take a job, you are going to ask for a job, you are going to take something from them. You need to be humble. If you have ego, better sit at home. So this is basic courtesy of communication, that we have to be humble. All right, so I hope you got a good understanding of what kind of questions can be asked, and do follow our channel, and we would be creating more such interesting content about interview preparation of all kinds of hiring. And share with your friends as well. Do like it. Thank you so much.